Good morning, my little Good morning, my little birdies. It's Granny Patty, and we are starting lesson 12 today. Put your thinking caps on because we're going to learn a lot about the blue jay. Blue jays are beautiful birds that are easy to recognize by the crest on their head and their beautiful blue feathers. They are native to North America and aren't found anywhere else in the world. They can be a noisy bird, known for their loud voice that will carry across long distances. And blue jays are also known for their whisper songs, a series of faint whistles and soft, sweet notes delivered from a perch hidden in foliage. They have a wide variety of calls, cries, and screams. These birds are good at imitating other sounds. They will often imitate a hawk cry to scare other birds away from potential food. In captivity, these birds will learn to mimic human words and even cats' meows. Since blue jays are good at mimicking, they are also good at identifying. They know the sounds of different predators, and when they hear one near, they will sound an alarm, letting all the other animals know that danger is near. After sounding the alert, they will hide themselves away and wait for the threat to pass. Sometimes blue jays will migrate, but their migration patterns are a big mystery. They might migrate 1 year, stay where they are the next, and go somewhere the new year after that. Often it is younger jays who migrate, but adults have been known to travel south as well. Another mystery is who they migrate with. These birds have strong family ties and may simply travel together with their family like a family vacation. Other times, they will join a larger flock to migrate. They usually migrate in the spring and fall. When they gather in flocks to migrate, it is one of the largest migratory flocks with up to 250 birds. Did you know the color blue that we see on a blue jay is not its actual color? Blue is a very rare color in nature, but actually brown. We see blue because of something called light scattering. Their feathers absorb all the colors except for blue, which refracts off of them, making our eyes see blue. Now, what do they look like? Well, blue jays are a medium-sized bird ranging from 9.5 to 12 inches in length. The feathers on top of their heads stick up in a point like a crown on their heads. This point is called a crest. When blue jays feel danger near or are trying to defend their territory, their crest stands up tall to intimidate other birds or predators. When they are with their young or in a calmer state, the crest flattens down. They have what looks like a black necklace around the base of their necks and have bright blue feathers on their backs. They have a light throat and belly and blue with black bars on their wings and tail. Unlike some of the other birds we have studied, the male and females have the same color, so they are difficult to tell apart. Though males tend to be a bit larger than females, the best way to tell them apart is to watch their behavior. What do they eat? What's their diet? Blue jays are omnivores, which means they can eat all sorts of food. Like many other birds, they eat small insects, seeds, berries, grains, and nuts. When these are not available, they will turn to other food sources such as insects, bird eggs, small birds, mice, tree frogs, snails, and even fish, though this is not very common. Their favorite food to eat and primary meal is acorns. In one season, they can gather thousands of acorns. Their bodies have been designed to help them gather as many acorns as they can. In their upper esophagus, they have what is called a gular pouch. The pouch can store 2 to 3 acorns. On top of these, they can store another in their mouth, and they can hold one more with the tip of their beak. This means they can carry up to 5 acorns at once. This allows for quick gathering. Boy, that seems like a lot, doesn't it? So where do these blue jays live? What's their habitat? Since they love acorns, the perfect home for a blue jay is near an oak tree. They live in woodlands, farmlands, suburbs, and city parks. Generally, they stay to the edges of thick forests where there are a good number of trees, yet still plenty of sunlight. A pair of jays will build their home together, usually about 10 to 25 feet off the ground on the crotch, which is the V where the trunk and a branch or two branches meet of a large tree. The male will gather materials such as twigs, grass, and even mud, while the female builds the nest. They only abandon their nest if they believe a predator is nearby. So how long do these beautiful little birds live? What's their life cycle? Blue jays mate for life and usually only have one brood a year with 2 to 7 eggs. Mating season is usually from April to May, and you generally see fledglings in June and July. Their eggs are fairly small, at only about 1 inch long and 7/10 of an inch wide. The eggs could be bluish or light brown color with brownish spots. The female incubates the eggs on her own, but the male will feed and protect her while she sits on the nest. Incubation lasts 17 to 18 days, and when the eggs hatch, the new nestlings are naked and helpless. Mom stays with her babies, keeping them safe and warm until they fledge. This takes 17 to 21 days after hatching. During this time, Dad continues to bring food to the nest for his family. After fledging, the family stays together, foraging and traveling until early fall, when the young will leave their parents to find their own food sources. Around 1, they will find their own mates and start their own broods. They live an average of around 7 years, but there have been many cases where they live 10 years. There was even one extreme case where a blue jay raised in captivity lived to be 26 years old. Oh my goodness. Okay, there's a suggestion for an activity. Coniferous trees have needles and cones and stay green all year. Examples of these trees are pine, conifers, evergreens, and spruce. Deciduous trees are trees with flat leaves that fall each year and grow back. They grow nuts and fruits. Examples of deciduous trees are oak, maple, and elm. Take a walk or look out the window to see what trees you can identify around your neighborhood. All right, my little babies, it's time for Mommy to take over. You guys got work to do in your student notebooks. Please have a wonderful day. You know I love you, and we'll be back for lesson 13 as soon as we can. Bye-bye.